It's been 10 years. If you're new to my channel, my name's Eddie Pinero. I'm a writer and speaker currently living in Scottsdale, Arizona. And right now, dare I say, things are good. Doesn't mean they will be forever. It certainly doesn't mean they were when this journey began. But as you'll find out, that's the point entirely. See, right now I have my dream car. I'm living in my dream spot. I have amazing friends, amazing family, an incredible team, and I'm just genuinely excited to wake up every morning. But before you say, oh, here we go again, some marketing dude trying to impress us, let me pause you right there. Because of the last 10 years, 7 of them I've had very, very little. Sometimes barely enough to get by. And no, this isn't some get-rich-quick tale. This is a story about stepping into your purpose, directly into a world of which you know very little. It is about going before you're ready to go. So some background. All the way back in 2014, I left my corporate job. Not because I knew what I wanted, I didn't, but because I knew what I didn't want. And in that moment, that was enough. And so it was onward to the next adventure. To be honest, it took some time to simply not feel guilty for having a little bit of freedom back in my life. I'd always played guitar and figured, hey, let's start doing small shows around Boston. I learned how to record, engineer music, made a little album. My grandmother bought 10, handed them out to all her friends. Somehow that didn't land me on the iTunes charts, though. I studied videography, made some short films, got into writing, discovered I loved the writing. At the end of the day, I did it all. It was just what I needed. But sometimes what you need smashes head on into reality because, as you can imagine, going from the financial services industry to covering the fray at local dive bars didn't exactly create financial stability. I wanted to go back. But not because I was called to, I wanted to go back because I was scared, like genuinely scared. You know that feeling where it seems like everyone around you has everything squared away and figured out and you're the only one stumbling through life? Yeah, I had that. All the time. Every day. But one day, as I sat at my desk and watched my bank account dwindle, I thought, no. What if, Eddie, you put your back against that wall? What if, for once, you don't hedge or play it safe? What if you trust yourself to move into the abyss fully? And so I made that promise to myself in a video called Ode to Excellence, where I took all the things that I learned over the past, let's call it a half year, audio, video editing, some recording engineering, the speech writing, all of it packaged together to create this little piece of art. And I'm not sure I've ever been more proud of anything I'd done at that point. Finished. YouTube.com, upload, boom, my world changed forever. But no, not because of a million views overnight or anything like that. It changed for 2 reasons. 1, I loved it. It was real, it was personal, it scratched that creative itch. It was me. And 2, it added value to others. Which, whoa, what a concept, right? I actually got an email, I don't remember if it was the next day or a few days later. It said simply, thank you. Eddie, I needed that. And my brain went, well, hey, if you can help one person, you can help 1 million. And if you can help 1 million, you can help 1 billion. And so I was off to the races. It was years of highs and lows. The highs felt quick and sparse. The lows, on the other hand, well, they had a tendency to feel long and reoccurring. You know, I would write, and there'd be times where I'd think, wow, this one's gonna change the world. This hits so deep. This is transformative. Boom, upload. And it turns out, didn't change much. At least not much I could see in the moment. In fact, it took about 7 years before I could crack that ever-evolving content creation code. It was the first time I'd ever seen some real audience growth and numbers growth and financial growth. 7 years. And perhaps if I was less stubborn in my approach, it could have been sooner. It's possible that if I'd gotten a little bit of help and consultation along the way, the process could have been expedited. Who knows? But I don't think there's much value in asking that question. As the saying goes, some things, well, they are what they are. I was recently asked to talk about YouTube strategy at a conference, and I prepared, prepped, and wrote down my best strategy, content ideas, analytics, got it all ready, stood up there. Turns out, I don't think people cared much. What they did want to know, though, is how I did not quit for 7 years. How when sitting in my boxers, writing in various studio apartments, I was trusting enough that something, sometime would work out. Well, the truth is, there was no magic formula. And that's what I think is the most meaningful part. That's what I want you to take away from this. I simply started before I was ready. That long, hard conversation in the mirror. Dude, you're either gonna be poor doing this or rich doing this. You're either gonna help a few people or millions of people. But I would, in fact, be spending the rest of my life doing this. And it's a funny thing. When you mitigate off-ramps, it turns out you often find a way. And so, again, what better a time to share, particularly in a world that's constantly trying to sell overnight success, where social media seems to fuel the flames of inadequacy and feelings of, I'm not good enough. You are. See, learning the difference between simple and easy changed my life. Getting what you want is simple, but not easy. Simple because it requires that you simply begin, even when you don't feel prepared. It requires that you simply keep going, learning and adjusting along the way. Those are simple things, but not easy things. Why? Well, because it leaves out a lot. Those mornings you wake up without definitive proof that what you want will materialize. It leaves out the ego, the hurt pride, the times you have to pick yourself up. But I'm here to tell you, those things, you're stronger than those things. You're bigger than anything life can throw at you. Most of us just don't know that, because most of us never step out into the unknown and give life a chance to throw those curveballs. And so, as I sit here now, am I where I want to be? No way. I have big plans. I want to do more, help more people, create an even bigger impact. But I've learned to trust myself and have fun along the way. I learned that when you let go of the results and you do what feels right, when you find that intersection of what you love and what adds value to others, well, there's fireworks. So if you were looking for some type of signal from the universe that you have everything you need, I hope this can be it. I hope it's that tap on your shoulder reminding you that there will never be a perfect time to start. There will never be a hand extended to pull you along the way. No, just life waiting for you to greenlight the journey. And what better a time than now?